Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Hi everyone, my name is Brownwyn and welcome to my yoga class. Today we'll be doing a 30-minute energetic Vinyasa flow class. If you have any questions, you can email me at brownwynsims@yahoo.com or brownwyn@strongcoffeestage.com. Okay, so let's get settled. Just go ahead and have a seat on your yoga mat, and you can cross the legs, and if you always sit with the same leg in front, let's switch that up so you can kind of get yourself out of a habit. And just take a moment, feel your sits bones on the ground, and if you need to sit up on something, feel free to sit on a block or a pillow. It's always good to have props nearby so you can quickly grab them in case you need them. All right, so go ahead and close the eyes and just take a moment to go inward and do a little check-in with yourself. Just noticing whatever's coming up today, mentally, physically, emotionally, and not placing any judgment or criticism upon whatever happens to bubble up for you, but just allowing it to deepen your awareness. And to become a little more present. So let's start to bring our attention to our breath. The inhale and the exhale of the breath. As you inhale, noticing a lengthening through your spine, up and out through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, a softening, a letting go, or a more grounded feeling through the sits bones and the hips. And we'll just continue on this way for 3 more breaths. Deepening each breath, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, gently bring your hands to your heart center. And let's go ahead and drop your chin towards your chest, just taking a moment here. On your next inhale, we'll raise the crown of the head, and we'll begin today's practice with one chant of Om, inhaling together. On the exhale, go ahead and let the arms release. Allow your eyes to flutter open. And let's take a twist. So we're going to bring that left hand over to the right thigh. Your right hand just comes behind you. As you inhale, lengthening through the spine, and as you exhale, twisting. Letting this twist generate from your center, not from your shoulders or your neck. On the exhale, we'll come back to center, and we'll counter twist the opposite direction. Inhale and lengthening, exhale and twisting a little deeper. On your exhale, let's come back to center. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart, interlace the fingers, and then pressing the palms skyward. Imagining that your arms are an extension of your spine. See if you can ground down through both sits bones and soften around the shoulders. Keep actively lengthening through the wrists and the forearms. So we're going to do a few shoulder shrugs now. So you're just going to shrug your shoulders towards your ears and then back down. On the exhale, go ahead and let the arms just float down at your sides. On your next inhale, let's extend that right hand out. Draw the left arm up and over. And let's breathe into the left side of the body, softening around the neck and the jaw, but finding length through that left side body, out through the left fingertips. On the inhale, make your way back to center. And we'll go the opposite direction. So walking the left hand to the left. Inhale, right arm up and over. Breathing into the right side. On the exhale, making your way back to center. Inhale, reaching behind you. We're going to interlace your fingers again. Switch whatever hand or finger you typically do on top. So changing that up. Inhale, lift the heart. Let's lift the gaze skyward. Opening through the front of the chest, the upper back, and your shoulders. On the exhale, just drop the chin. Keep the arms as they are. And gently breathe space behind the neck, in between your shoulder blades. You can rock your head a little from side to side if that's okay with your neck. On the next inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, release the hands and the arms. And then we're going to come forward onto your hands and your knees. So stacking the wrists right under the shoulders, fingers open, knees under hips. We're going to do some cat-cow. So you're going to arch, dropping the belly down, lifting the heart center, lift the gaze, and then round through your spine like a cat. You can even go meow if you want. And back to cow pose. I guess we could go moo here if you want. So arching and rounding. You can go fast or slow here. If you go faster, you'll get a little warmer, building the heat a little faster. Or feel free to go slow if you feel like you're overly caffeinated or nervous. Sometimes going slower helps. So also feel free to take other motions here with your hips and your spine. So you can rock side to side. You could make some circles with the head and the hips. I like to call this disco kitty. Cats can do that too, you know. They actually have quite an amazing spine. All right, let's tuck the toes. So press into the balls of your feet, waking up the toes and the feet. And let's do a puppy dog stretch now. So we get all the animals in. Walk the arms forward, drop your forehead, lift your sits bones. Draw the belly towards the spine and breathe into that space under your armpits, your upper back. You can even come up onto your fingertips, tent the hands if you need a deeper stretch. On your inhale, let's come on back up onto your hands and your knees. So I'm just going to shift to look at you again. So I'm going to stay on my hands and knees and inhale my right leg out to the right. And this foot is in a warrior style foot. So you're lifting up through the arch of that foot, pressing down through the edge of the foot. Inhale your right arm straight upwards, finding length from the palm of your hand up and out through your fingertips. On your exhale, we're going to sweep the arm up and over the head to wake up that side body. And let's go the other direction. Inhale back to center. On the exhale, you're going to thread your right arm through to the left. Let the head drop. Feel free to use a prop here under your head if you need it. Keep pressing down with your feet into the floor. If you need a variation here, you can bring your palms together and lengthen out through the arms. You can also inhale that left arm up and back or take a bind, reaching for the inner right thigh. Deep breathing in this twist. On the next exhale, let's come on back up, bringing the right leg back in. Make any adjustments you need to, and we'll switch sides now. So inhale, left leg to the left. Pressing down through the outside edge of your left foot, lifting up through the arch of your left foot. Let's draw the left arm up and lengthen out through your fingertips. On the exhale, sweeping the arm over the head, big giant arm circles. And switch the direction of the circle now, opposite. Inhale to center. On the exhale, threading the left arm through to the right. Let your head release onto the mat or a prop like a pillow or a block if you need it. Lift the sits bones, draw the belly towards the spine. Lengthening out through the left arm and fingers. If you need a variation, you can bring your palms together or even inhale the right arm up and back. Deep breathing in the twist. You can take a bind here if that works for your shoulders and your back. On the exhale, let's make our way back up onto your hands and knees. I'm just going to switch my direction again. And now we will tuck the toes, lift the sits bones, and find your downward facing dog. So take your time here, pedal through your feet, bending the knees, shake out the head. Feel free to let sound come out of the mouth, flutter the lips, releasing the jaw and the face. So in your downward facing dog, let's draw the belly button in and up towards the spine, pressing your heels down and back, lengthening through the hamstrings. One more deep breath here. Let's inhale and find a plank pose. So nice strong plank, lifting through your core, shoulders lining up right over the wrists, fingers open. On the exhale, go ahead and lower down knees, chest, and chin towards your mat. Inhale, let's find a low cobra. So in low cobra, you want to think of lengthening out through all 10 toes. lifting the heart, drawing your shoulder blades towards one another. And let's keep the gaze down the tip of your nose. One more breath here. On the exhale, let's press up and back and find a wide-legged child's pose. So knees can come as wide as your mat. Lengthen the arms forward, drop the heart, drop the head. Take a breath here. On the inhale, let's come on back up. Tucking the toes, lift your sits bones, pressing down and back to a downward facing dog. So at the bottom of the next exhale, completely empty out your breath, bend your knees, take your gaze forward. You can either hop or step towards the front of your mat. Inhale, let's find a long spine. So you can bring your hands wherever you need them for a flat back. They can be at your shins, they could be on the mat, they could be higher. So finding one long line from the crown of your head through your spine and out through your coccyx bone. Drawing the belly in. Exhale, let it go, dropping the head. Inhale, we'll reverse your swan dive and come up to stand. Bringing the palms together over the head. On the exhale, we'll swan dive forward. Inhale, find a flat back. On the exhale, either step or jump back through chaturanga. Inhale to an upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale, sigh it out of the mouth. On the next inhale, let's bring the feet together so big toes are touching. We're going to draw that right leg out behind you to a three-legged dog. So keeping the hips squared, lifting through the core. Continuing to lengthen out through the back toes. On the exhale, let's bend your knee and open your hip now. So right heel towards left butt cheek. And go ahead and point and flex that right foot. On your inhale, let's come back to three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose, towards a plank. Belly is lifting. Inhale and extend. Exhale, knee to nose. And then stepping that foot in between your hands, let's find a low lunge. So please use props if you need them here. You can have blocks under your hands. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can use books. Big hardcover books also work. So lift the heart, press out through the left heel and engage your left quad. On the exhale, we're just going to straighten the right leg. Flex your toes away from the mat. Drop the head. And then inhale, let's come back to the lunge, lifting the heart center. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, back to the lunge. And exhale, fold. Inhale to your lunge. We'll hold here, keeping your left hand on the mat or on a prop, a block, or a book. We'll draw the right arm up and take a twist. So lift through the core, lengthen out from the palm of your hand, out through your fingertips. Deep breath here. On the exhale, let that right hand come to the outside edge of your right foot. Inhale, left arm up now. Twisting the opposite direction. Exhale, release that left hand. Both hands on the mat. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lowering knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes, lift the sits bones. Find your downward facing dog. Big toes come back together, touching. And we'll draw that left leg into a three-legged dog. So working on squared hips. Let's work on stability instead of mobility in the hips. So engaging the core, lifting up from the pelvic floor, and continuing to lengthen through the back toes. On the exhale, bend your knee, open the hip, and point and flex that left foot. Open the toes and the feet, the ankle. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, you're going to draw the left knee in towards your nose or maybe your forehead. Draw the belly in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose or forehead into a plank. And then we'll step that foot in between your hands and find a low lunge. Again, hands can be on the floor. They could be on blocks. They could be on pillows, books, anything that you have around that you can use for support. Draw the sternum forward. And then on your exhale, fold, drop the head. Send the breath into the back of the hamstring. Flexing the foot. Inhale back to your low lunge. Exhale and fold. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to the lunge, and we'll hold here and take that twist. So right hand stays down. Inhale, left arm up, letting the twist generate from your core. Keep lengthening through the right heel, lifting the right quad. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up, twist the other way. Exhale, let's bring that right hand back. Inhale to a plank. And exhale, lower your way down. Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale either to low cobra, or you can come all the way up to cobra. So this is cobra. This is low cobra. And then this is upward facing dog. So upward facing dog, your quads are actually lifted up off the mat and your toes are pointed. So there is a little difference. All right, let's come back to downward facing dog. So we're going to come into warrior one now. So we're going to step your right foot forward in between the hands and make your way towards warrior one. So in warrior one, you want to try to get your hips squared, drawing right hip back, left hip forward. And you want to drop the pelvis down and forward. When you're ready, bringing the arms up and see if you can soften your shoulders down your back, lifting the heart center. Press the floor away with your feet. One more breath here. And on the exhale, make your way out through Vinyasa. Chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. You can always come out in any variation. You don't have to do chaturanga each time. Okay, back to downward dog. Let's step the left leg forward. Find your warrior one on this side. Drawing your arms up. Let's take a moment, bring your hands on your hips. So if you need to adjust your feet, you can, bringing that right foot over more. Drawing the left hip back. Your hips will never be exactly square in Warrior One. It's just an attempt. So you keep trying each time. Draw the arms up now. Soften the shoulders down the back. Maybe even lift your toes up. Open your toes and then press your feet firmly back into the ground. Deep breath here. See if you can find more expansion and length in the spine and the body. On your exhale, coming out. So again, your choice. You can come through Chaturanga, up dog, and downward dog, or take knees, chest, and chin, or you can always just come back to downward dog. Okay, so let's move through that flow just a few more times. Get a little warmer. So step right foot forward. Inhale, find warrior one. Exhale, coming on out. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, through Vinyasa. Inhale. And exhale. Left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale through Chaturanga. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's hold and breathe. Take a deep inhale. Exhale and sigh it out of the mouth. Let it go. On the next inhale, let's walk your hands back towards your feet now. So you're going to end up towards the back of your mat. Keep your feet hip width, toes parallel, and then let's grab opposite elbows. So either arm on top is fine. Inhale to a little flat back, so belly on the thighs. Exhale, drop the crown of the head. So lengthening through the hamstrings. You can keep the knees bent as much as you need to for protecting hamstrings and low back. And just shake out the head, yes and no. On the exhale, let's let the arms release down towards the mat. Heel toe your feet together. Inhale, bend the knees and find Ukatasana, so chair pose. Sit towards the heels, lift the heart, draw the belly in. See if you can sit a little deeper. On the exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, let's walk our way back to a downward facing dog. So we're going to move through warrior two flow. So we're going to step your right foot forward. Find warrior one. Open and exhale, find warrior two. Inhale and reverse. Exhale, coming out through vinyasa or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale to a downward facing dog. The left foot forward. Coming into your warrior one. Open and exhale, find warrior two. Inhale and reverse. Opening through the left side of the body. Keep softening around the neck and the jaw. On the exhale, windmill your arms down and make your way out through vinyasa. You always have a choice there. You can do knees, chest, chin, or come through a full chaturanga. So we'll come through this flow a couple more times, stepping the right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Open and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Open and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale through vinyasa. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. So at the bottom of your next exhale, completely empty out your breath. Bend your knees, take your gaze forward. Now you can either hop or step your feet to or through your hands. So I'm going to jump through my hands, but you can walk to sit down, whatever works for you. I can certainly teach a jump through, but we won't be doing that today. Okay, so since this is a short 30-minute class, we're going to now come on our backs to warm up the low back area. So we're a little warmer from the vinyasa flow. Let's slowly roll down your spine so you can reach behind your thighs, tuck your pelvis, belly is drawing in, and we're slowly coming to lay down. Now let's bring your feet in closer. So fingertips just grazing the heels. Hips and feet are all hip width. Arms are at your sides. You can have your palms face down. And we're going to slowly roll up and down your spine, pressing down through your feet and lifting your hips. If you like to use props for back bending, it's always good to have them close by for class. So whenever you go to practice, always good to have your blanket and props, whatever you need, blocks, straps. So you can easily grab them during class. So we're just rolling up and down the spine here, trying to articulate through the vertebrae, warming up your back and your low back. Now, when you want to make this more of a back bend, you can go ahead and walk your shoulder blades together, interlace the fingers, press through the feet, lift the hips. Making sure to keep some space around the throat. So variations here. You can stay right here, or if you want to play around, you can try inhaling that right leg up. If you do the right leg, make sure you switch sides. So inhaling left leg up. Keep actively pressing the floor away with the other foot, lifting the hips. Exhale, let's release that left leg. And then we'll slowly roll down the spine, coming to lay on your back. So with the back bending postures, you can stay in half wheel, which is what we were just in. Or if you want to do a full wheel, which is a little more active, you place your hands next to your ears about shoulder width apart. And then I'm going to press firmly down into the mat with my feet and lift my hips. So you come into a full wheel, full back bend posture. If that's accessible for you and your body, please only do this if you feel like you feel open in the hips and the spine. Deep breathing. Try to lengthen out your inhale and your exhale when you're back bending. And after a few breaths, you can go ahead and lower down. So if you want to do something more restorative instead of doing a full back bend, if you have a block or a bolster, you could also use block, a bolster, a roller. Trying to remember what it was called. You can use any of those for something that's more restorative. So I don't have one with me, but if I did, I would place it right here under my low back. And then it's just very restorative, restful position for your low back and your spine. So let's go ahead and lay on the back. After you're done back bending, it's good to realign your spine. So I like to let my feet come to the edges of the mat and let the knees flop in. So then it allows my sacral joint and the area around my sacrum to soften towards the ground. You can even like shimmy back and forth a little bit. You can close the eyes if you desire. Take a breath. And then we're going to gently let the legs sort of flip-flop side to side like a windshield wiper. Just softening hips and low back from back bending. And then when you're ready, just come back to center. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest and come up into a little ball. You can lift the head, neck, and chest up. On the exhale, go ahead and let the upper back and the head release towards the mat. And then let's do a little bit of movement on the sacral area. So some circles just to soften. And then find your happy baby pose. So open the knees and the hips, hold the feet. On the exhale, let's bring the knees back together and we'll take a twist. So let the knees float over to the right. You can also do different types of spinal twist here. I'm just keeping the knees together today, but there are other variations. You could double wrap your legs, or you can keep one knee bent and the other leg straight. You always have choices. Go ahead and come back to center and exhale, let the knees release to the other side. When you're twisting, you want to see if you can let the shoulders and the neck, the jaw soften. Sending the breath into the back and the hips. On your next inhale, let's come back to center. And if this feels okay with your spine, you can do a little bit of rock and roll, forward and back. We can all use a little rock and roll in our life. So roll out your spine. And let's come up to sit. And we're going to come into Tarasana Pose, just to a little more of a spine release. So you can hold on to the ankles. Inhale, lift the heart. On the exhale, we're going to come forward and round through the spine, and then inhale and make your way back up. So just making this a little flow, connecting it with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And then on this last one, just go ahead and let the head go, taking a couple breaths into the back. On your next inhale, let's come on back up. And go ahead, place your feet flat. Hands come behind you. Inhale, reverse your table. Lift the hips, let the head go back, and then stick the tongue out. Let sound come out of your mouth. Exhale, let's let the sits bones come back down. I'm just gonna turn my direction, cross my ankles, lift my sits bones. Let's come back to that downward dog. Lengthen the spine one last time. So from here, we're going to do one last posture to get your legs up over your head. So that could be any combination of things. It could be a shoulder stand, or it could be a headstand. It could be legs up the wall, which is a really wonderful restorative pose. I'm going to go ahead and do a shoulder stand today. So set yourself up for shoulder stand. If you like to double up your mat for shoulder stand, you're welcome to do so. We'll take about 5 breaths in shoulder stand. Or if you're in headstand or any other inversion, see if you can take 5 breaths there. On the next exhale, slowly coming out. If you're in shoulder stand, you can make your way to plow pose, just dropping the legs up over the head, interlacing the fingers. If you're in headstand, you can slowly make your way down, and then let's bend the knees. Find Karadasana if you're in shoulder stand. And slowly rolling down the spine. Coming back to lay on your backs. And let's just do fish pose. So you can, this is a counter pose from closing off the chest. If you have a block, you can place it under the shoulder blades. Or you can do it without a block by supporting yourself with your elbows and your forearms, letting the head go back. Fish pose. So for the end of this class, I invite you to take any last movement or postures that feel good for your body. And then we'll come into Shavasana. So for Shavasana, corpse pose, take whatever you need, hats, socks, pillows, bolsters, and Shavasana is on your back, or you can do meditation for Shavasana. So I like to give myself plenty of space for Shavasana. So let the legs and the arms splay out. Get comfortable. Take an inhale. Exhale and sigh it out of your mouth. Letting the body rest. letting the weight of your body drop downward and coming into Shavasana. So slowly begin to awaken your bodies. Begin to deepen your breathing. Making small movements with the hands and the feet, the fingers and the toes. Stretching the arms over the head. And when you're ready, let's draw the knees in towards the chest. And we'll roll over onto one side, rest there for a breath. And we'll make our way back up to a seated position. So just taking a moment here, close the eyes. On the inhale, bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra at your heart center and gently dropping the chin towards your chest. Just taking a moment to thank yourself for practicing. Always important to have self-gratitude. On the inhale, we'll raise the crown of the head and we'll close today's practice with one chant of Om. Inhaling together. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, you're welcome to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Just Move Yoga and Fitness. I have longer videos and I will be making more tutorials about fitness and yoga on this YouTube station. So I hope that you will tune in. Thank you so much. Have a great day.